Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Alin Giga, partner at Alumni Ventures. Thanks very much for joining us for this webinar on an exciting new trend in the AI space regarding small language models, or SLMs for short, that are supplanting large language models in the enterprise world. Working behind the scenes on the call with me today is our Investor Relations Manager, Taylor Warden. Taylor will be collecting your questions throughout the webinar, so please enter yours using the chat function on your screen. We'll be sure to follow up right away with an email response. Before we begin, I need to briefly get some legal notices out of the way. We're speaking today about Alumni Ventures and our views of the associated investing landscape. This presentation is for informational purposes only and is not an offer to buy or sell securities, which is only made pursuant to the formal offering documents for the fund. We ask you to please review important disclosures in the materials which we will be providing to you following today's webinar. You can access them by using the link in the materials or by going to av-funds.com/disclosures. And finally, just to provide a few housekeeping reminders, you won't be on camera and we will be muting everyone throughout the entire presentation. We're recording today's webinar and afterwards we'll follow up by email with the link to the recording. Our big idea is that small is going to be huge. What do we mean by that? Well, when OpenAI came out with ChatGPT, it was a huge craze, gaining 1 million users in just 5 days. Despite the value these models provide, the extensive computational resources and energy needed to power these massive models makes them difficult for companies that don't have unlimited budgets to implement them. Now that the honeymoon phase is over, the focus is shifting to efficient AI models that help reduce costs and provide more practical applications. Well-known experts in the space have also acknowledged this, such as Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, saying, "I think we're at the end of the era where it's going to be these giant models, and we'll make them better in other ways." He goes on to say, if there's some reason that parameter count should decrease over time, or we should have multiple models working together, each of which are smaller, we would do that. Expressing a similar sentiment is the CEO of Hugging Face, Clem DeLange, who predicts in 2024, most companies will realize that smaller, cheaper, more specialized models make more sense for 99% of AI use cases. The current market and usage is fooled by companies sponsoring the cost of training and running big models behind APIs. This leads into our investment thesis that SLMs are the future, particularly for enterprise adoption of GenAI. LLMs, despite the significant merit they bring, present a major challenge in the sheer size of the models at over 1 trillion parameters, which often means that they require hefty computational resources and energy to run, which can preclude them from being used by small organizations that might not have the deep pockets to bankroll such operations. With larger models, there's also the risk of algorithmic bias being introduced via datasets that are not sufficiently diverse, leading to faulty or inaccurate outputs, or the dreaded hallucination, as it's called in the industry. These issues might be one of the many that are behind the recent rise of SLMs. So what are SLMs? SLMs are essentially more streamlined versions of LLMs. Compared to LLMs, SLMs have fewer parameters and don't need as much data and time to be trained. Think days to a week versus many months to train an LLM. Because of their smaller size, SLMs are therefore generally more efficient and more straightforward to implement on-site or on smaller devices. For smaller enterprises with tighter budgets, SLMs are becoming a more attractive option because they are generally easier to train, fine-tune, and deploy, and also cheaper to run. Moreover, SLMs can be tailored to more narrow and specific applications. That makes them more practical for companies that require a language model that is trained on a more limited data set and can be fine-tuned for a particular domain. For example, an SLM trained exclusively on medical data could potentially surpass a general-purpose LLM in understanding medical jargon and delivering accurate diagnosis. Since the SLMs are trained on a narrower set of focused data, they're less prone to inaccurate results or hallucinations. The ultimate goal of companies is to amplify the value of the products and services which SLMs help enable. We've identified 5 industries where SLMs could create a real impact, such as customer service, healthcare, finance, legal, and education. Just to note, integration of AI will sometimes need to traverse regulatory hurdles, particularly in the legal and healthcare spaces. and potentially where AI is in a position to provide direct financial advice. We'll dive into each of these industries. Let's start with customer service. Smart support, smarter experience. SLMs can transform customer service by enabling 24/7 chatbots and virtual assistants that handle FAQs and complex troubleshooting, reducing response times and allowing human agents to focus on more complicated issues. By 2025, 77% of leaders say that AI will be able to resolve the majority of tickets without a customer service representative. This can be achieved via SLMs powering automation, chatbots, voice assistants, and more. The AI customer service market is expected to hit over $3 billion by 2032. Let's look at a few ways SLMs can tackle customer service. They can provide personalization at scale by analyzing customer data and past interactions to offer personalized support and recommendations, enhancing the customer experience and potentially boosting sales. Efficiency and cost reduction. They can automate routine inquiries and reduce costs, allowing human agents to focus on more valuable services and improving overall customer service efficiency. Language and accessibility. SLM's natural language capabilities can enable multilingual conversations, making customer service globally accessible and improving the experience for non-native English speakers while expanding market reach. Sentiment analysis. They can help by analyzing customer inquiries to identify unhappy customers, automatically addressing concerns or escalating them to human agents to enhance crisis management and customer relations. Let's move on to the next industry, the new heartbeat of healthcare. SLMs can enhance healthcare by analyzing patient records, medical notes, and research to extract information, predict outcomes, and personalize care, improving patient care and operational efficiency. 85% of healthcare leaders are either investing in or planning to invest in generative AI technologies over the next 3 years. The global AI and healthcare market is expected to reach $613 billion by 2034. Let's dive into areas within healthcare that SLMs can accelerate under the hood. Patient interaction and support. They can power 24/7 virtual health chatbots that provide medication information, answer health questions, assist with scheduling, and offer reminders, enhancing patient engagement. Administrative efficiency. They automate healthcare administrative tasks, reducing providers' administrative burden and freeing more time for patient care. Clinical support. They can provide clinicians with current medical information, diagnoses, and treatments, analyzing data to keep them updated on research and improve care quality. Training and education. They can enhance medical education by providing customized learning, simulating clinical cases, and offering current medical knowledge for students and professionals. As can be seen, many valuable use cases in this sector. The finance industry is definitely prime for SLMs. They can analyze financial data and power chatbots to detect fraud, make investments, provide advice, and handle customer transactions. 91% of financial services companies are either assessing AI or already using it in production. Global AI in financial services is forecasted to reach $150 billion by 2030. Let's look at ways SLMs can support financial services. Although we covered customer service earlier, it's a pain point in financial services that is known to have poor quality support. Chatbots and virtual assistants can handle inquiries from account balance checks to complex financial advice, improving accessibility and providing 24/7 support without constant human presence. Fraud detection and prevention. They can improve fraud detection by analyzing transactions, customer data, and patterns that may indicate fraudulent activity. They can identify anomalies faster and more accurately, reducing financial loss risk and enhancing customer trust. Document analysis and processing. The finance sector processes documents like contracts and reports. SLMs can automate extraction, analysis, and summarization, reducing manual labor and errors while speeding up processing. Personalized financial advice. They can analyze a customer's financial history, spending habits, and goals to provide personalized advice. This could range from suggesting budgeting tips to recommending investment strategies, all tailored to the individual's financial situation and objectives. Moving on to the next sector, AI-powered justice. Legal has seen a lot of activity attempting to make it more efficient and affordable. SLMs can automate document analysis and legal research by sifting through legal documents, contracts, and case files to identify relevant information, predict outcomes, and assist in case preparation, reducing time and costs. 74% of hourly billable tasks, such as information gathering and data analysis, could be automated with AI. AI in the legal market is expected to reach almost $8 billion by 2032. Let's walk through some areas where SLMs can improve the legal space. Legal research is one of the most time-consuming aspects of legal work, which involves sifting through vast amounts of case law, statutes, and legal precedents. SLMs can streamline this process by quickly identifying relevant cases, statutes, and legal commentary, significantly reducing the time lawyers spend on research. This not only makes the research process more efficient, but also allows lawyers to uncover potentially overlooked precedents or arguments. Legal analytics, with the ability to analyze large data sets, SLMs can provide insights into legal trends, judge ruling patterns, and the likelihood of litigation success. This predictive analytics capability can significantly aid legal strategy, helping firms to better advise their clients on the probability of success and potentially shaping litigation strategies. Document drafting and review. SLMs are being used to automate the drafting of legal documents such as contracts, wills, and pleadings. By inputting specific details and requirements, lawyers can generate first draft documents that adhere to legal standards, which they can then refine as necessary. Similarly, in document review, models can highlight important clauses, potential issues, and even suggest modifications in contracts, saving considerable time and effort in the due diligence process. Access to legal assistance. SLMs have the potential to democratize legal assistance by providing basic legal information and guidance to individuals who may not have the means to hire a lawyer. This can be particularly impactful in areas like landlord-tenant disputes, basic contract law, and other common legal issues, helping to bridge the access to justice gap. Moving now into the fifth sector we believe would benefit from SLMs. Get schooled by the future. SLMs can enhance education by providing personalized learning and assessment tools. They can analyze student responses and essays, offer feedback and tailor content to individual learning styles. Generative AI could bring $200 billion in value to the global education sector by 2025. There's quite a bit of excitement around the potential of AI that can have to improve education. Here are some areas that could benefit from it. Personalized learning. SLMs can enable the creation of adaptive learning platforms that can tailor educational content to the individual needs, abilities, and learning pace of each student. By analyzing responses and interaction patterns, these systems can identify areas where a student struggles and adjust the curriculum accordingly, providing additional resources or exercises to address specific challenges. Automated grading and feedback. SLMs can assist in grading assignments and providing feedback on written work. This not only provides objective assessments like quizzes and multiple choice tests, but also subjective assessments such as essays. They can evaluate content for coherence, grammar, and even creativity to some extent, offering constructive feedback that helps students improve their writing skills. Content generation and summarization. Educators can use SLMs to generate educational content, create summaries of complex materials, or devise practice questions and scenarios. This can save significant time and effort and provide students with a wide array of learning materials tailored to the curriculum's needs. Professional development for educators. SLMs can provide personalized professional development opportunities for teachers, offering resources, teaching strategies, and feedback tailored to their needs and teaching context. This can help educators stay current with educational trends and methodologies, enhancing their teaching effectiveness. So we've highlighted 5 key sectors that have the potential to flourish from SLM adoption. We're seeing well-known companies like DoorDash, Zoom, Goldman Sachs, and Accenture already using SLMs inside their operations. DoorDash is using SLMs to make their software engineers more efficient through a knowledge base to answer questions faster. Zoom is using SLMs to power their AI companion tool that provides summaries of Zoom meetings. Goldman Sachs uses SLMs for information extraction from documents. Accenture, they're using it to power their ESG reporting and expect a substantial increase in productivity from 30 to 70%. These well-known companies see how valuable an SLM can be and are able to implement them much quicker than trying to use an LLM to power their initiatives. The market for SLMs is early, but shows much promise and growth. The global market for SLMs in 2023 was estimated at 7.76 billion and is forecasted to grow at an annual rate of 15.6% to 20.7 billion in 2030. A massive market is always a key factor when VCs decide where to invest. Why are SLMs gaining so much interest? SLMs provide numerous benefits that make them easier to work with than LLMs, including the following. Accessibility. SLMs can run on standard hardware, including smartphones and edge devices, without extensive cloud infrastructure, making it much easier to deploy. Efficiency. SLMs require less computational power and memory, making them faster to train and implement. This efficiency allows for quicker processing and lower latency, ideal for real-time applications. Focus. SLMs can be fine-tuned for specific tasks or industries, resulting in better performance within particular areas. As our example, we covered SLM for customer service or SLM for legal doc review. Reduction in hallucinations. When fine-tuned for domain-specific tasks, SLMs can improve accuracy and reduce the risk for AI hallucinations. Eco-friendly. Smaller models significantly reduce the carbon footprint associated with AI by consuming less energy. Cost-effective. Smaller models are significantly less expensive to train and deploy compared to LLMs. The reduced computational requirements mean lower costs for hardware, energy, and maintenance. Because of all of these benefits, companies can implement Gen AI with limited resources and budgets, something they can't really do with LLMs. All the big tech companies have doubled down on creating their own SLMs, as they can see that's the path for AI adoption. Meta has created Llama, Microsoft has created Pi, Google has created Gemma, Apple with OpenELM, and an upcoming startup is making an inroad with Mistral. Llama is one of the more popular ones with 350 million downloads since it was released a year ago. One advantage of these SLMs is that they're open source, whereas LLMs like OpenAI and Anthropic are not. Open source democratizes access to state-of-the-art technology, allowing a broader range of users to experiment and develop applications. Here at Alumni Ventures, we've been at the forefront of investing in AI. It's not only a major focus area for investments, it's also core to our company so that we can deliver quality products at scale. We've invested in AI companies across the stack, including Cohere, an LLM for enterprise, Grok, a next-generation AI chip, Lambda, an AI cloud developer for GPU compute, and Symphony that uses SLMs to power legal workflows for SMBs so they can take care of routine legal tasks in-house and save costs from not having to use an expensive law firm. AV has invested in these companies and more across our 30 alumni funds and through our AI and robotics fund and our deep tech-focused funds. With the rise of SLMs and the creation of these models by Meta, Microsoft, and Google, there are startups popping up to bolster this ecosystem. I wanted to highlight a few that have gained attention from investors. Let's start with Sakana and Iris. They have created domain-specific models for scientific discovery. Sakana has created an AI scientist, the first comprehensive system for fully automatic scientific discovery, enabling foundation models to perform research independently. Iris is developing a science assistant tool for research exploration, navigation, and easier comprehension that can machine read all of the world's research articles and help connect their scientific knowledge, overcoming the current keyword limitations and citation biases. Both of these examples are domain-specific models. RC is tackling SLM enablement, how to create more efficient models. They have developed a technique for model merging that combines multiple SLMs to create a single, more effective model. I wanted to touch on future applications of SLMs. As we've discussed, SLMs are optimized for efficiency, making them ideal for deployment in resource-constrained environments, which would allow them to run on devices such as smartphones, wearables, and edge computing systems. The shift towards edge computing, where data is processed closer to its source on local devices, is accelerated by the use of SLMs. By running models directly on the edge device, we avoid the lag time of sending the data to the cloud and back. For industries where data privacy is crucial, like healthcare or finance, SLMs allow sensitive information to remain on the device, reducing the risk of breaches. SLMs have the potential to significantly enhance various facets of our personal lives, from smartphones to home automation. Let's take a look at some of the areas they could be integrated with. Smartphones. This integration paves the way for advanced personal assistants capable of understanding complex tasks and providing personalized interactions based on user habits and preferences. Smart home. SLMs can be embedded in smart home devices like thermostats, lights, and security systems for voice-activated control, making home automation more intuitive and user-friendly. They can learn individual preferences for things like temperature and lighting, adjusting settings automatically for different times of day or specific occasions. Wearables. In devices like smartwatches or fitness trackers, SLMs can provide personalized health tips and reminders based on the user's activity level, sleep patterns, and health data. Wearables equipped with SLMs could offer real-time translation services, making international travel and communication more accessible. Automotive. In cars, SLMs can offer advanced navigation assistance, integrating real-time traffic updates and suggesting optimal routes. They can enhance the functionality of in-car voice command systems, allowing drivers to control music, make calls, or send messages without taking their hands off the wheel. As you can see from today's webinar, there's a lot of great potential for SLMs that is accelerating the adoption of generative AI in the enterprise. At AV, we are focused on staying up to date on these trends and love sharing our findings with you. If you're interested in getting more involved with Alumni Ventures, feel free to book a call with us to learn more. Thanks again for your time and have a great rest of your day.